Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're gonna continue working on part 14 of this house build. Let's get started. So in the previous video, we moved our model from Revit to Twinmotion, and we started adding materials. And then we have to go back and forth so that we apply all the materials in each of the faces right here. And now we're gonna continue working on this. What I'm gonna do is let's go and open this and let's add in some materials for here for the concrete. So I'm gonna add this one. And then the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna select this floor. So this is the grass floor. And then in terms of nature, we're gonna put green on the Twinmotion floor. And then with this, we're going to add in grass and then some trees. So let's concentrate on the trees first because once we put grass, it will be very heavy and then it's probably gonna decrease our speed. So let's go to vegetation and then click on trees. I'm planning to add in trees individually first. So the one that are near will be individual, and the one for the far, we're going to just select anything that we want to add there. So here, let's select the ones that are huge. So I'm gonna select this one, and then we might keep on changing it depending on the look. So here we could do this on this side, and then we keep on adding on this side as well. And eventually, once we go on the other side, it's gonna be bigger, and it will basically cover up all our background, similar to the one that was provided to us. I'm gonna add this one right here. Then I'm just doing different kinds. I'm just putting different kinds so that we could have a beautiful background. And then once we see it, it will look like that. So we have we could double check some of the location of the others here. We're gonna do big ones at the back and small ones in front. Okay. And we're gonna add this ones at the back just to remove those. So we don't see anything at the back like that. And I want to make sure that it's covering everything like that. And then after that, we're going to focus on the ones right here. And we're going to go to bushes. And let's add something that are perfect for this one. I know we could make it smaller. So I think this one is perfect for this. There we go. That one's good for that. And then here we could add in more. For this ones, let's change the size. So to make it smaller, like that. And then let's add this one as well right here. Then change the size. And then let's add something like that. To cover some space there. So that looks nice. We could go to back to settings, and then here under lighting or location, let's put this one to mountains, and then go back again, and then the lighting, we're going to change in some of the exposures, and then the sun intensity. Let's do 3, and then the ambient, change it a bit like that. And then after this, we're going to change it to so by changing that, you can see that the change in. So I'm just gonna add more of this right here. And then here, let's make it darker more. And then our shot will be like this. And then we just need to add in the grass. So for the grass, what I do is, so save this first before you do anything else. because sometimes adding grass will freeze your computer, and sometimes it does crash because it needs more graphics. So sometimes it crash your computer. So now what I need you to do is select the floor, open up your scene graph, and then it will connect you to the floors. And then here, right click and then isolate it. By isolating it, you'll be able to add in grass. So under here, context, and then vegetation paint. Um, we're going to add in grass. So here, this grass, and then I'm probably gonna use the long grass. And then after that, select this one. So once you select it, this won't be grayed out, so you'll be able to change it. Now this is grayed out. The way you do it is by clicking here. And then now you can change the diameter. So you can make it bigger or smaller, depending on what you want. Of course, the the bigger you have, the more that you could add. So selecting here, and then making it bigger for the rest here. And then now it will look like that. You want to make sure you covered everything. There will be some patches, and I know the far side won't be able to, you won't be able to see it on the rendering, but it's better to be detailed. And then after that, the way I select it again is by just selecting here and then right click and then isolate off. Now you'll be able to select that, and here we can extend this so that you will have a wider range of view. And then we could change so here we could change the way it look. We can make it darker or brownier. Okay, so that's perfect. And then here we can also make it yellowish more. So that is how it looks now. And then obviously you can play around with path tracer if your computer is able, exposure, and then sometimes I do change the contrast. So depending on what you want to do, you can change that as well. So here it looks nice. What I usually add is some grass. So I go to miscellaneous. Sorry. You can add in some dead trees to give it some detail there. Also here, tall grass. I usually add that. And then here as well. And then some imperfections. So make sure to add in some imperfections so that it doesn't look perfect and the realism is there. So here I'm just adding some clovers and different kinds of clovers. And then some weeds. So I like adding it right here. So the detail grass and then some tall grass again. And then now once we move and zoom in, it will look like that. So let's see if we could render it in Path Tracer. What I usually do is put it in low. So what you need to do is select this one right here and then put it to low first so that it's faster to finish. So once you put it in low, you'll be able to change it depending on what you want. So now it looks darker. So what you need to do is go back to your settings, which is right here, and then change your exposure. And sometimes you go to your more sky dome and then change this one. So the intensity, and it will look more realistic. So you will need to play around with that. So here I'm just showing you the basic. So now once you put exposure and then intensity and then some ambient, and the only matter is by adding more details like lights outside, you'll be able to make this one much better. So here let's change the ambient, and then I kind of like it darker a bit. So for me this look is much better. And also it depends on your sky dome. So whatever mood that you want, we wanted noon and then overcast. So it basically changed that. Intensity, change it as well. Of course, if you make it more, it will shine better. So depending on what you do right there. So the white balance. And then also, if you go to your camera, visual and color gradient, the contrast can be changed. And then the saturation. So here you can change that look and then the contrast. So you need to play around with those so that to make your rendering realistic. And then also what I usually do is sometimes I go to filters and then light line. If I want to enhance the lines So I use the light line, especially if I have some detailed components like this one. I like to bring out those. So that's how I do it, and then you'll be able to do it as well. So thank you for watching and hope you like the video. Please hit like and subscribe. Feel free to comment down below.